Hi, everyone. Today we are going to talk about your I Am Malala end of the novel project. So, up until this point, we've read I Am Malala. You've gone through it with your teacher and you've discussed a bunch of the themes, the characters who were involved, the plot points, etc. You should have a complete working knowledge of the novel before attempting to complete this project. This project's goal is to show us what you know about what happens in the story and the major themes that are present and their application in our world today. So let's go ahead and take a look at the directions. It says you will select one of the project ideas. We have created several for you to choose from. You are only going to choose one, and you will complete it by the date of your teacher's choosing. Please see your teacher's information for details. This project is worth 40 points in the project category, and it will be presented to the class. Usually we do this in a gallery walk style on a specific date during class. However, if a gallery walk is not available to you at this time, your teacher will let you know what kind of presentation you will be doing. It might be a digital Zoom, it might be during a video, it might be that you access each other's projects. Your teacher will let you know. During the presentation of your project, everyone will need access to your project, so I'll show you how to share it in a way that is seeable for everyone at the end of this video. Let's go ahead and look at our options for what we are going to be making. Now, there are multiple options for what you can do to show us what you know, and you need to choose just one. Do not do more than one. We will not be giving extra credit for this assignment. Now, the first option you can choose is to write a speech for the United Nations. We've watched several speeches from Malala that she gave to the United Nations where she addressed world leaders. You're going to write your own speech focusing on an issue that is important to you. If you had the attention of world leaders, what would you say? What would your message be to the world? This speech must be at least 1 page in length. You need to turn in a written version of your speech, and you must record yourself giving the speech. I'm sorry, it says or. You must also record yourself delivering this speech. Now, you could be giving this speech to a room full of stuffed animals. You can be giving this speech to your parents. You can be giving this speech to the mirror. It doesn't matter as long as you record yourself delivering your speech and turn it in to your teacher. Okay, if you are doing a video of yourself recording, please make sure it's at least 1 minute and 30 seconds in length. Anything shorter than that is not enough of a speech. You need to have a beginning, a middle, and an end. Okay. The next option is a graphic novel or a comic book. Now, you can create your own graphic novel by adapting Malala's story. I have linked for you a comic book outline so that you can fill it in with Google Drawings or print it out and fill it in yourself by hand and then take photos. That's fine too. You are going to choose major events from the book and do an abridged graphic novel version. You should know what abridged means because it's been one of our SAT terms. You also need to choose major scenes and events that illustrate the novel's importance and put them in your graphic novel. Make sure that the audience knows which parts of the book you are illustrating. Please make sure that your comic book has color, dialogue, and captions. You can use another digital tool if you'd like to fill it in. Please make sure you clear it with your teacher before utilizing that option, however. You can use the strip provided or make your own using another digital source. As I said, please clear it with your teacher before getting started. The next option for what you can do to complete this assignment is to make a newspaper article. So you can choose one event from the book and report on this event in the style of a newspaper article or a newscast video. Make sure to stretch your imagination. Even though Malala's shooting is powerful, please don't just do the shooting. Everyone picks the shooting, and we want to hear about all parts of the book, not just that one moment. There's so many important moments in this book. It should be easy for you to pick something other than just the shooting. So if you choose to write an article, you're going to write it in the professional format of a news article. Take something from the San Diego Union Tribune, the New York Times, or another giant newspaper source. So you want to make sure you address who, what, where, when, and why when you're discussing the incident. If you decide to do a newscast video, you want to think about those same things and use the similar format as the article. Your article must be at least 1 page long and include a photo or illustration. If you choose to do a video, it must be at least 1 minute and 30 seconds long. And you may want to include a video. You can use a digital source for that, such as WeVideo or Adobe Spark that we've used in the past. It's up to you, but please clear that with your teacher. The next option is a book trailer. So a book trailer is kind of like a movie trailer. And I want you to, if you choose this option, to get me excited about I Am Malala. You're trying to promote this book so that I will want to read it if I've never read it before. You can use live actors to do this. You can use puppets. You can use stop motion video, or you can use a slideshow format. It's up to you. You get to decide which digital tool you want to use to make this video, but eventually you'll need to upload it to YouTube and then share the link with your teacher on Schoology. If you do decide to utilize this option, your trailer must be at least 1 minute and 30 seconds long. The next option is a timeline. So if you do decide to use this option, you're going to be creating a timeline. I know we've done some in the past to talk about the significant events in the book. Now listen, do not go online and search up I Am Malala timeline. They have significantly different timelines than we do because we're reading the young reader's version. So that will not work. Please do not do that. Number one, it is plagiarism. Number two, it's wrong. So please do not do that. That is not going to help you, and it will ultimately result in a referral. So if you do decide to make your own timeline, you should have at least 10 events. It should include photos, drawings, and clip art or other graphics that help illustrate your events. And you may want to make sure you label them clearly and effectively so we can understand which events you're discussing. Okay. The next available option for you is a drawing or painting. If you are super creative, I would love for you to create a drawing or painting that is inspired by this book. It could be a scene from a book, a theme that we've covered, like women's rights, the power of education, the importance of role models, etc., or something else that draws your creativity out based on what happens in this novel. Please make sure if you are doing something other than what's listed here, that you are talking to your teacher to make sure that they will understand what you're trying to say in your artwork, because remember that artwork is often very individual and hard for some people to understand. So just make sure you discuss that with your teacher. The next option is a poem, a song, or a rap. So if you are a musical person or you really enjoy poetry or rap music, you can go ahead and write us a poem, a song, or a rap that is inspired by the book. You could retell part of Malala's story or write a social message piece that talks about the themes we've discussed, or a piece that helps further her message about the importance of education and individual rights. If you are going to write this out on paper, make sure you turn that in. If you are going to perform it, say in a video or an MP3 or a WAV file, that's totally fine as well. Just make sure you discuss that with your teacher. The next option is a website. You can create a website on Weebly or Google Sites or another site that you like that is inspired by Malala's story and her commitment to educational opportunities and social justice. It should call attention to her work, provide ideas for teenagers on how to get involved in their own community, or focus on another area of the book that you found interesting or important. The next option is a 3D scene. If you would like to create a diorama or a 3D scene of the setting from the story and create a model of that, you can use clay, you can use a shoebox, you can use any material of your choice. That is totally fine. Please discuss this with your teacher, because if you are distance learning, it is going to be difficult, but always an option. If you do decide to take this option, please make sure you write a minimum 1 paragraph explaining your creation and citing textual evidence from the book that helped you understand what the setting is looking like. Okay. And the final option is to create your own project. If you do not see something that you're really inspired to do on this list, then you can totally decide on what kind of project you'd like to create. There is, however, a caveat with that. If you are going to take the create your own project option, you do need to discuss that with your teacher ASAP. They will have a date on when you need to have that finished by or have gotten their approval by listed for you. Please make sure you discuss this with your teacher. So those are the options for how you can create your project. Please look down here and see the rubric. The rubric will tell you exactly what we are grading for and what we're looking for. Basically, I'm looking for the best version of your learning that you can come up with. All right. So if you have questions, go ahead and discuss it with your teacher as soon as possible. Good luck, and we cannot wait to see your amazing projects.